I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. This is one of my favorite lessons from A Course in Miracles, and I find myself in this split where I think a lot of people misunderstand the I am not a body. Some people in certain realms that I have moved in before would call a statement such as I am not a body a way of disassociating or spiritually bypassing something. But it's actually not that, because when we truly see that I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me, we see it's not a lie, it's not fake, it's real, it is the truth, and it is not just intellectually, it is deeply felt in the body. And that is actually what makes the bodily experience feel more relaxing, more like relief, more like like a breath of fresh air, like as if the body is a silk dress that we get to enjoy and dance in, like your favorite fabric of a dress, like your favorite outfit, that you just get to play with. There's like this joy in flowing in whatever way the body does, because it's moving, it's being moved actually from this lightness of this energy that is beyond the physical plane, that is a formless realm. And like I've been in I started like my journey with Vipassana meditation, which is a really beautiful practice. I highly recommend anybody who wants to deepen in a really simple yet profound meditation practice to give themselves the gift of 10 days in silence by going to a Essen Goenka retreat. It's pretty disciplined, but it's spot on in my opinion to really receive the proper teaching of this technique of Vipassana, which means to see things as they are, not as we would like it to be, or as the ego would like it to be. And really, the practice of Vipassana is like to see things as they are, to observe this structure here, to have breath awareness and then also awareness of bodily sensations, and to have our awareness on this for a long time, and strengthen our ability to basically to sharpen our awareness, that we are able to keep our awareness and our focus on the breath, but also sensations. What I have seen is that when I observe the form, this physical form, long enough, when I sit in stillness, when I slow down and actually observe the physical reality long enough, I see that it's actually not physical. I don't end here. This thing that I say is me, I, mine, all of this stuff, it doesn't end here. It extends beyond it. And someone might think that I'm sitting here as a separate individual in a universe that has separate objects, and it's all like kind of divided, right? But it's really not at all. And so when we say, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me, it is not fake. It is not like, oh, I'm trying to escape my traumas, I'm trying to get away from the human pain. Actually, no, it's truly seeing reality. It's not being delusional. It's not being trying to override some human experience. It's really not. What was overriding my human experience in the past was drinking alcohol when I felt pain and distress, or overeating, or in general not being willing to sit and observe reality as it is and actually see what's real. I was running away from being present and seeing what is really real. That to me is avoidance. What is true avoidance to me, and what is actually bypassing reality, is telling stories, making up stories, and having these thoughts of my story, my pain, my trauma, what happened to me, the abuse that I was put through. To me, at this point in my life, that feels more like bypassing reality than saying that I am not a body and I am free, for I am still as God created me. Meaning, it feels inauthentic to be in stories around, well, I'm fucked up and unhappy. I am not doing well because this man or that woman or my mother or my father was not there or did this or said that. And that's why I am right now in suffering and pain and unease. Like, to me, that feels very inauthentic. And some people would say, well, fucking shit, like, you are just really denying your humanity right now, Amanda. I get it. I'm not someone here that's saying, let's not, so like what I'm saying is, if I get fucking pissed off, if I feel anger in me, if I feel grief in me, if I feel fear in me, I'm not avoiding feeling the human emotions. I'm not trying to escape or get away from something that is here. So if fear is present here now, or if anger arises in me, I welcome that as a guest in this beautiful, beautiful ecstasy of a moment, and I give space for it in a healthy, constructive way. Like, instead of so some pattern that I've done a lot is like, oh, I'll feel angry, I'll feel upset, or I'll feel unease. And then sometimes I've been in this thing where, and this is the part that feels so inauthentic, I've literally made up a story out of thin air. Oh, wait a minute. The reason why I feel unease right now is because of my partner. He's the easiest one to blame because he's around. But that is incredibly inauthentic. And the real power, the real empowerment and truth and centeredness and grounding comes from seeing actually the source of my unease and the real root cause of it. And that is bringing it back to me. Taking my attention and my awareness from all these things here, bringing it back to here. Okay, what is it? Oh man, belief in separation, or belief that there could ever be lack of love, or a story of something in the world needs to be a specific way so that I can be okay and happy. Outcome happiness, attachments to outcomes in this world so that I could feel okay and at ease. Oftentimes, that's what it's stemming from. It's this belief in that I could be separate from love ever, or that I've somehow been disconnected from love. That is really the deepest cause for unease and pain and suffering. And for a long time in my life, I thought, oh, well, I need to go away. I need to leave this world because I'm feeling like that's my only way out to freedom, to be in peace. And I realized, no, that same experience that we get to be in when there is so-called death, every person that's had a near-death experience comes back and expresses that they felt more love than they've ever felt in their whole life, more love from their parents. Like, it's beyond any love of this world, the love that the near-death experience revealed to them, to these people. And I've had a similar experience. It's you cannot compare the love of that to anything of this world, from like a relationship or a marriage, or, you know, and I'm not trying to downplay the human stuff, but like what we're all blessed with is that, and it does not require death of a body to experience it. It is here and it is now, and it is actually our most truest self in reality. And it is not a bunch of different things. It is one thing, and it is this loving awareness that's always here. So for me, it is not spiritually bypassing and trying to avoid and escape reality to say I am not a body. Because what happens to me when I realize, and then when I remember, and when I feel that I am not a body, this whole bodily experience becomes more effortless, more easy, more light. So if there is pain and suffering in this physical experience, or tension or contraction or whatever, I can face it with a smile on my face and with an open heart and say, thank you, I love you to the fear. Thank you, I love you to the anger. Thank you, I love you to the grief or the pain. And I can bring it to the truth. Have it in the light of this love I am, of this truth, awareness I am, we are. So there's a lot of like this embodiment work, let's be embodied, let's be in our bodies, and let's really acknowledge that I am real, And yes, I say that, like, yes, this is here, this is sort of like an experience, right? And I'm not going to dismiss it. I'm going to have fun here. I'm going to have so much fucking fun. I'm going to be in the real while I'm here. I'm going to let this physical form feel the real reality and have fun from that place and enjoy and move from that place while I'm here. So there's less feeling of fear, and there's less resistance to anything that might happen and arise here in this realm when I'm in this place. And to say I'm not a body is not to dismiss or to be cold and not compassionate. It's actually to be even more compassionate, because we're more in love versus in this sense of that I am a body that is separate from others. When I'm remembering and seeing I'm not a body, I see, wow, I'm so interconnected to everyone, and I feel so safe in this world, and I'm home. I've never once left this home of heaven, and it is a place that's here now in this moment. It doesn't require death of a body. Yeah, so I really felt to speak that into the space. I think it's a lot of talk. There's a lot of like, oh, embodiment, like let's really, and actually the beautiful thing is like to go into the body, to breathe into the body, to breathe into the tension of the body, or to do deep internal work, even like yoni healing or sacred spot work. When I go so deeply into the form, when I explore this form so deeply through my own self practice or with others, we move into that space that is formless. So deeply going into the form, it actually opens up to the formless. So it all reveals the one truth. And that to me is what is really being here now. Some people say you have to acknowledge reality, you have to be truthful. You were abused, this is reality, this is the reality, like yada yada, making it so real, these impermanent things. And I get that it's important to feel the feelings, but I don't prescribe and I do not agree with saying that it is real, or starting clubs about talking about how we were abused, we were harmed. Sure, maybe there's a level of that at some point, to just feel the feelings associated to a sense of being abused, and then feel the feelings and let them be released and moved and be free. But then there is the space beyond that, which is, wait a minute, who am I really? Have I ever actually been touched or harmed at all? Can I be? Or am I just this one beautiful, infinite love that is eternal and that actually is enjoying the sense of these forms so that it can remember itself and feel the beauty of oneness, which is the true reality. Yeah. Some reflections on this beautiful Monday morning. Many blessings to everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If you did listen to all this this moment right now, and take care. Goodbye. So remember this beautiful lesson. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. And what joy, what lightness of being. And oh, I love dancing from this place. From the place of, I'll be an ecstatic dance, be in a dance floor, it's so much movement, so much apparent movement, right? So many forms, so much movement, right? It appears that way. And then I just remember and I feel and I'm like, wow, this is stillness. It is like nothing is happening. And I feel that deep sense of stillness. I am still as God created me. And then from that place, somehow, this body all of a sudden is being moved and moving. And it is so uplifting and so nourishing and opening. And it just lights up my cells and my brain and everything. So, yeah. Thank you for listening. And please know that there are, I guess, stages in healing. But I think it's important that we don't get stuck in the trauma stage, in the I was harmed, I was abused stage, and then use that stage for the ego to just get off on its own suffering and pain and being a victim. I don't feel attracted to that myself. And I have respect for people that are in it and that are working through that. But I personally do not enjoy when someone tells me that I need to go into a pain thing when that doesn't feel authentic to me anymore. What feels really authentic is actually being more in the true natural joy that is me, versus in these things that I thought was real, that I literally identified with before, but that now don't feel relevant at all. And I'm not saying that it's bad to identify with it or wrong, but I'm saying it does not feel authentic to me. What is authentic is actually joy and peace and love in this moment. And seeing love in another and seeing really myself in the other. And being in deep gratitude every single day for all of the blessings that this time-space reality seems to bring. Deep gratitude to everything that it brings up, even if it's fear, even if it's a sense of being scared. I used to have such a difficult time with those two emotions, or with fear and feeling scared. I would be so upset about it, or override it, try to get away from it, it was just really uncomfortable. But now, whenever some sort of fear comes up in whatever way that looks like, usually it's like that there could be a lack of love, like fear that there could somehow be a lack of love if something in the world happens. That's like one that might come, and it's like, what an opportunity to bring that to the truth. What an opportunity to see through that. What an opportunity to stand even more in awareness and see the innocence of that, and then have it be completely corrected and just and then feel deep relief again. And to stand even more stronger and more grounded in the truth of this loving awareness that is I, that is you, that is all. And that really is what I worship. I worship awareness. I worship this. This is my lover. And not to make that a thing either, though. I don't want to make anything a thing. I don't want to box it anything. I don't want anyone to say, oh, so what do you do? What is that thing that you do? I don't do nothing, okay? I'm just here saying thank you for everything. Thank you, and I love you. So, thank you. Okay, I'm going to get my butt out of here. Ciao, ciao. Have a beautiful week, everyone.